If your knees could talk, they wouldn't whisper. They'd probably beg. Not for rest or for expensive supplements, but for certain foods, nutrients they can turn into strength, flexibility, and resilience. You see, the cartilage in your knees is like the cushion in your favorite armchair. When it's healthy, you can move smoothly without thinking about it. But when that cushion starts to wear down, every step becomes a reminder of what's missing. And unlike the chair, you can't simply swap out the padding. You have to nourish it from the inside out. Cartilage is a special type of tissue, tough yet flexible, designed to absorb shocks and protect your bones from grinding together. It doesn't have its own blood supply, which means it relies entirely on the nutrients delivered by the surrounding fluid. That's why what you eat isn't just fuel for your body, it's building material for your joints. If your diet lacks the right nutrients, your knees lose the tools they need to repair and maintain themselves. The result? Stiffness, pain, and the gradual decline that so many people over 50 mistake for just aging. The good news is that cartilage-friendly foods aren't exotic or expensive. They're everyday items you've probably seen in your grocery store many times. You may even already eat some of them, but not in the amounts or preparation methods that maximize their benefit. Today, we'll talk about the 7 best foods for knee cartilage health and how to prepare them so they keep all the goodness your knees are craving. We'll start with fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These aren't just rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce joint inflammation, but they also contain vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium and maintain bone health. And healthy bones are just as important for cartilage, because the two work together to keep your knees strong. To keep the benefits intact, avoid deep frying. High heat and heavy oil can damage the delicate omega-3s. Instead, try baking or steaming with herbs and lemon. It's a simple change that can preserve the anti-inflammatory power of the fish, giving your joints the relief they quietly long for. Before we move on to the next foods, remember this: healthy cartilage isn't built overnight. It's a slow process, much like tending a garden. You have to plant the seeds, nutrients, consistently, and give them the right environment to grow. And that's exactly what these 7 foods can help you do. Over the next few minutes, you might even realize you've been giving your knees the wrong kind of fuel all along, and that the fix could be delicious. After fatty fish, your knees would probably point you towards something colorful, sweet, and bursting with antioxidants: berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are all rich in vitamin C and anthocyanins, compounds that help your body produce collagen. Collagen is the protein framework inside your cartilage, giving it structure and elasticity. Without enough collagen, cartilage becomes brittle and more prone to wear and tear. Think of berries as repair kits for your joints. They help neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that cause inflammation and damage. Over time, chronic inflammation is like rust on metal. It slowly eats away at the smooth surface of your cartilage until it's rough and painful to move. By adding berries to your diet, you're essentially polishing and protecting that surface from further harm. The key is how you consume them. Fresh is ideal as it preserves the maximum amount of vitamin C and antioxidants. If fresh berries aren't available year-round, frozen ones can be just as good. Just make sure they're unsweetened. Avoid cooking berries for too long, as heat can reduce their nutrient content. A simple bowl of fresh berries with a spoon of unsweetened yogurt can give you a morning or afternoon snack that's both satisfying and knee-friendly. Next on the list, leafy green vegetables. Spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard are packed with vitamin K, calcium, and antioxidants like lutein and beta-carotene. These nutrients work together to strengthen bones, reduce inflammation, and protect joint tissue. Vitamin K, in particular, helps regulate bone mineralization, important for keeping the foundation under your cartilage strong and stable. Preparation matters here, too. Overcooking greens can strip away their delicate nutrients, so lightly steaming or sautéing them with olive oil is best. Olive oil itself contains healthy fats that also have anti-inflammatory effects. A plate of lightly cooked spinach drizzled with olive oil and a sprinkle of sesame seeds could be exactly the kind of treat your knees would thank you for. When you pair fatty fish, berries, and leafy greens together over the course of a week, you're covering a wide range of nutrients your cartilage needs: omega-3s, vitamin C, vitamin K, and antioxidants. Think of it as giving your knees the full maintenance package rather than just patching one small area. This is the foundation for the rest of the list. And the next foods we'll talk about will add the fine details your joints need to feel smooth, flexible, and pain-free again. If we've already given your knees a foundation with fish, berries, and greens, now it's time to add the fine stitching that keeps everything intact. Nuts and seeds. Walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, and almonds are small, but they're loaded with healthy fats, plant-based omega-3s, and minerals like magnesium. Magnesium is often overlooked, yet it plays a key role in muscle relaxation and nerve function, which can reduce strain on your joints. Think of it as the quiet backstage worker making sure your movements stay smooth. The best way to enjoy nuts and seeds is in their raw or lightly roasted form, without added sugar or excessive salt. High heat and heavy seasoning can damage their delicate fats and cancel out their anti-inflammatory benefits. You can sprinkle chia seeds into a smoothie, add walnuts to a salad, or simply grab a small handful of almonds as a snack. Just remember, moderation is important. A small daily portion is enough to keep your nutrient levels high without overloading on calories. Now, let's talk about legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and kidney beans. These humble pantry staples are rich in protein, fiber, and important minerals like iron and folate. They also contain phytonutrients that can help reduce inflammation and support connective tissue health. For cartilage, legumes provide the amino acids needed for collagen production, while their fiber helps regulate blood sugar and reduce systemic inflammation. To get the most benefit from legumes, prepare them without excessive oils or sugars. A hearty lentil soup, seasoned with herbs and a splash of olive oil, can be both comforting and joint-friendly. If you use canned beans, rinse them thoroughly to remove excess sodium, which can contribute to water retention and swelling. And then there's the quiet hero of cartilage health, bone broth. Made by simmering animal bones for hours, bone broth is rich in collagen, gelatin, and minerals like calcium and phosphorus. These are the raw materials your cartilage can directly use to maintain its structure. Think of bone broth as a gentle, warm delivery system for nutrients your joints need. It's soothing, easy to digest, and can be sipped on its own or used as a base for soups and stews. When you regularly include nuts, seeds, legumes, and bone broth in your diet, you're not just giving your knees a quick boost. You're giving them the steady stream of building blocks they need to keep functioning well over the years. At this point, your knees aren't just being maintained. They're actively being repaired and reinforced one meal at a time. The seventh and final food your knees would ask for, if they could speak, is citrus fruit. Oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes are all packed with vitamin C, which is essential for collagen synthesis. Without enough vitamin C, your body can't assemble the collagen fibers that give cartilage its strength and elasticity. And unlike some nutrients your body can store for later use, vitamin C needs to be replenished daily. That's why including citrus in your routine is like giving your knees a fresh coat of protection every single day. The trick is to enjoy citrus in ways that preserve its vitamin content. Fresh juice is fine, but drinking it immediately after squeezing helps you get the maximum benefit before oxidation starts breaking down the vitamin C. Eating the whole fruit is even better, since you'll also get fiber and additional plant compounds in the pulp and membranes. If you take medications that interact with grapefruit, simply choose other citrus options. Lemons and oranges can offer similar benefits without the risks. Now that we've covered all 7 foods, fatty fish, berries, leafy greens, nuts and seeds, legumes, bone broth, and citrus, you might be wondering how to put them together in your daily life. The answer isn't to eat them all at once, but to weave them naturally into your meals across the week. Imagine starting your day with a bowl of yogurt topped with fresh berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds. Lunch could be a salad with spinach, walnuts, and slices of orange paired with a small portion of grilled salmon. Dinner might be a hearty lentil stew made with bone broth, accompanied by steamed kale drizzled with olive oil. This variety ensures your joints get a balanced supply of the nutrients they need. Omega-3s, collagen precursors, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, without falling into the monotony that makes healthy eating feel like a chore. By rotating these foods into your diet, You not only give your knees what they're asking for, but you also support your heart, brain, and immune system in the process. And remember, cartilage health isn't just about what you eat. It's also about what you avoid. Reducing ultra-processed foods, excess sugar, and fried items will prevent the inflammation that works against all your efforts. Think of it as turning down the volume on the noise in your joints so the nutrients you're giving them can actually be heard and used. With time, patience, and consistency, you'll notice changes. Perhaps first in how easily you get up from a chair, or how much less stiff you feel in the morning. These little victories add up, and each time you choose one of these 7 foods, you're sending a quiet but powerful message to your knees. I'm here for you, for the long run. Now that you know which foods your knees would love, the next step is making sure you prepare, store, and combine them in ways that preserve their benefits. Many people unknowingly strip away the very nutrients they're trying to get, simply by cooking at the wrong temperature, storing food too long, or pairing ingredients poorly. A little attention to detail can make the difference between eating something that merely tastes good and eating something that actively repairs your joints. For fatty fish, the goal is to keep the omega-3 fatty acids intact. These delicate fats break down under very high heat, so avoid deep frying or cooking over an open flame for too long. Baking at moderate temperatures, steaming, or gently pan-searing in a small amount of olive oil helps preserve the healthy oils. Adding herbs like rosemary or dill not only boosts flavor, but also adds extra antioxidants to your meal. Store fresh fish in the coldest part of your refrigerator and consume within 2 days, or freeze it immediately to lock in freshness. When it comes to berries, vitamin C is easily damaged by heat and prolonged storage. Keep them refrigerated and unwashed until you're ready to eat, as excess moisture can cause them to spoil faster. If you buy frozen berries, choose ones without added sugar and use them directly from the freezer in smoothies or yogurt. No need to thaw them completely. To keep their antioxidant levels high, avoid boiling or baking for extended periods. Instead, use them raw or in quick recipes like overnight oats. Leafy greens like spinach and kale benefit from light cooking, which can make some nutrients more bioavailable while still protecting vitamins that are sensitive to heat. A quick steam or sauté in olive oil works best. Avoid boiling for long periods, as water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and some B vitamins will leach into the water and be lost. If you do boil greens, use the cooking water in soup so you don't waste those nutrients. Nuts and seeds should be stored in airtight containers away from direct sunlight to prevent their healthy fats from turning rancid. Raw or lightly roasted options are best. If you like roasted nuts, do it yourself at a low temperature for a short time, just enough to bring out their aroma without damaging the oils. Grinding flax seeds before eating can make their omega-3s more accessible, but store the ground seeds in the refrigerator to prevent spoilage. Legumes are most nutritious when cooked simply and seasoned with herbs and spices rather than heavy sauces. If using dried beans, soak them overnight to reduce cooking time and improve digestibility. Bone broth should be simmered gently for several hours, long enough to extract the collagen and minerals, but not at a rolling boil, which can break down nutrients and produce a greasy texture. Store it in the refrigerator for up to 5 days, or freeze in small portions for easy use later. Citrus fruits are best eaten fresh and whole to get the full spectrum of vitamins and plant compounds. If you prefer juice, make it fresh and drink it within minutes. Store whole citrus in a cool, dry place and avoid slicing until you're ready to eat. It's the exposure to air that begins breaking down the vitamin C. When you pay attention to these small preparation and storage habits, you're ensuring that every bite you take truly supports your knee health. These aren't complicated changes. They're small tweaks that add up over time. And when combined with a balanced lifestyle and regular movement, they give your cartilage the best possible chance to stay strong, smooth, and pain-free for years to come. Your knees have been with you through every step, climb, and turn in your life. They've carried the weight of your body, but also the weight of your choices, your habits, and sometimes your neglect. And yet, they don't ask for much. Just the right kind of fuel, given consistently, so they can keep doing the work they were built to do. These 7 foods, fatty fish, berries, leafy greens, nuts and seeds, legumes, bone broth, and citrus, are not a miracle cure. They won't rebuild cartilage overnight, and they can't undo years of wear in a single meal. But they are tools that used day after day can strengthen what remains, slow down what's being lost, and make movement less of a struggle and more of a joy. Think of it like tending a garden that's been left untended for years. The soil may be tired, the plants may be fragile, but with the right nutrients, water, and patience, life returns. It's the same with your knees. They may be stiff, achy, or worn down, but with consistent care, through the foods you choose, they can regain strength and flexibility. You may not notice the changes in a week, but give it a few months and you might be surprised at how much easier it feels to walk, bend, and move without wincing. The key is to make these foods part of your routine, not an occasional effort. A handful of nuts every afternoon, leafy greens with dinner, citrus in your breakfast, bone broth in your soups, fish twice a week. These small, steady steps are far more powerful than drastic changes you can't sustain. And remember, you're not just feeding your knees, you're nourishing your entire body. Every nutrient that supports your cartilage also supports your heart, your brain, your skin, and your immune system. By taking care of your joints, you're taking care of the whole person who depends on them. So the next time you plan a meal, think about what your knees would ask for. Imagine them saying, "Thank you, I can keep going." And know that every bite you choose with care is an investment, not just in movement, but in the freedom to keep living life on your own terms.